Okay, here's a look at a couple of more figures in my Decepticons Headmasters collection. And first of all, this is not the original Generation 1 Battletrap figure. That's because I never got it when I was a kid. These are a remake of that figure under the Power of the Primes. And these are really nice figures. And the way they designed it is really, really ingenious because not only does this combine to form Battletrap like the original G1 toy, but they designed it where both of these figures can transform into their own individual robot. So that's really amazing, and that's what makes this figure as a toy really, really fun and cool to play with. But first, let's get out of the way the original toy, which I never got. And that's what it looks like. And for an 80s figure, you know, it is what it is. And the alt modes, so taking a look at Roadtrap, we could compare this with the original, and you could see it's definitely a updated version, and it, like I said, this is really cool because it transforms into an individual robot. And also Battleslash, which you know, it's a updated version, so it obviously looks better. Plus, it transforms into the own individual robot, so that's really cool. And then just to get out of the way, you know, there's the tech spec, the bio. You could pause and read if you want, and a little hard to read the specs there without the decoder, but there's a look at that. And then the instructions, which is done in the original 80s design, which is really, really cool. So, you know, I thought about getting that, but I can't get it because if I do get the original G1 toy, then what am I going to do with these two really nice figures? I'm just going to give these away like I did with many of my other figures? No. So I'm sticking to my guns and just keeping these and appreciating how great these two figures are, which I'll show you. But first, I'm not going to go over the instructions, but I'll just show you the instructions real quick if I can. And these don't come with any accessories, but yeah, this is a really, really nice figure. Like I said, you could transform it into the individual robot, which is amazing. And then they do combine. That would have been cool if they would have done that with what is it, Skytread? But yeah, I guess that might be asking for a little bit too much. But yeah, there you go. That's really amazing. But yeah, that's a look at the instructions, and like I said, this does not come with any accessories. But let's just take a closer look at the figure, and you could see how well that they sculpted the figure, but they also took the time to add in all this extra paint, the red, the yellow, the silver, the blue plastic, the black. I mean, so you could see that this is definitely a better made figure. So that's Roadtrap. And then Battleslash, the same thing. Look at this, is a really nicely designed figure. You could see, you know, all the nicely sculpted detail, how the extra paint that they added, the red. I mean, they, you know, I'm saying that just to let you know the difference between the mainline retail figures. So you could see when they make a good mainline retail figure and when they're just trying to just make some sales off of, you know, some figures that they don't put all this extra attention and detail to. But anyways, I don't want to go rambling on and on again. So here's a look at them in their vehicle mode. So now let's transform it and see what they look like in their robot mode. Okay, here's a look at both of them in their individual bot modes, and you could see both of these figures, they look really nice for what they are, for being Legends figures. And just look at all the nicely sculpted detail and all the extra paint that they added. So like I was trying to tell you, you know when they're trying to make a really good figure just by what you see here. So let's take a close-up look at each one. So starting off with, was it Roadtrap? Look at that nicely sculpted head. I mean, he has painted visors, he has a painted mask. Look at all the painted detail here. You don't get this with the current mainline retail figures unless they're trying to really make a really nice figure like they did here. So this is really nice. And like I said, this is amazing how this transforms into an individual robot, but then they combine to form the bigger robot, which I'll show you later. And here's Battleslash, same thing. I mean, look at that nicely sculpted head, painted eyes, painted face, all the sculpted detail, the extra paint that they added here. Is that purple? It is purple. What the heck? And the windows and the red, look at, I mean, this is a perfect example of what Hasbro can do when they're really trying to make a good figure. So that's something that should help you to recognize when they're making a good figure and just trying to make money off of a figure. So yeah, here's a look at both of them in their individual bot modes. Can't compare it to anything because this is very unique. So now let's just go ahead and combine these two and see what that looks like. Okay, here's a look at them all combined. So here's a look at Battletrap, if you will, the remake version, and this is really cool. This is a nice figure for all the reasons I already pointed out. All the nicely sculpted detail, all the extra paint that they applied. So let's take a close-up look. Look at the way they handled that head. Nicely sculpted, the visors and faces painted, the windows, the red accent. Look at this, is amazing. This is what they can do when they really want to produce a really nice figure. This is really nice. I'll just say the only thing that's missing, and that's just being nitpicky, is maybe some accessories like a gun or something, which is funny hearing me say it because I'm not really a fan of all those weapons and stuff. But that's a look at him, and let's bring in his partner, Skytread or Flywheels. And yeah, these two look really great together. They never appeared in the US version, but the Japanese version of the Headmasters, these two appeared, and these two look really great. These are awesome. And yeah, if you collected the Headmasters, the remake of them, the mainline retail, these are definitely must-have in that collection. And yeah, that's the only downside for me, is that I sort of regret not collecting the remake mainline retails of the Headmasters figures, because these two are really nice, and this would have just made the set really nice. I wish there was a way I could show you, but I can't because I don't have it. I mean, but you could just, maybe some other reviewers have the whole complete Headmaster collection, and with these, and you know, the Duocons and the punch and counter punch. I mean, this is really an amazing set. But as far as these two figures go, or this figure, Battletrap, this is really an amazing figure. And all I can say is that if you don't mind just getting a really nice figure, this is definitely a figure worth getting. I mean, you can't get it anymore now because this is an older figure, but this is really a nice figure to have. And yeah, that's all I'll say. This is a really nice figure, and I just have one more Decepticon character to finish my long series of my Decepticon Headmaster collection. So here's a preview of what's next. It's going to be the Generation 1 Sound Blaster, and then my Decepticon Headmaster series collection will be finished, and then I can move on to the next series in my collection, the Power Masters or Master Force. So that's a look. It's a great figure.